First thing I want you to know about leadership. It's not about power, it's about empowerment. So without belaboring the point, I'm going to tell you what I have come to believe leadership is. I've read so many books on leadership. I've been interested in leadership for as long as I can remember. I mean, ever since I was young, and I would, watch documentaries and read books on kings and queens and people who were great generals, politicians, statesmen, even people who were coaches and that sort of thing in the athletic field. And what I've found is that at the core of it, leadership is not about power, it's about empowerment. What do I mean? Leadership is about unlocking the greatness in others. So I heard once somebody said, oh, he's a great preacher. Yeah, but did he make you one? Leaders have the ability, I see a hand, but I want you to understand this. The function of leadership, this is not my quote, someone else's quote, is not to produce more followers, but to produce more leaders. That's the function of leadership. Leadership is ultimately, at the core, about unlocking the potential in somebody else. That's what I mean by it's about empowerment. Can you see the greatness in someone else and unlock it? So let me give you a few things and then I open up for questions. The first thing is Michelangelo. Who's Michelangelo?
The painter.
Okay, painter, sculptor.
Right.
He painted Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. He had a habit of, before he sculpted anything, he would take a block of marble and he'd walk around it for days. Sometimes weeks. People thought it was crazy. But he'd walk around it, walk around it, walk around it. What he said later was that was his process of discovery. He's walking around the block of marble because he is envisioning what can be sculpted. Now think about it. The sculpture comes out of the block. It's not vice versa. The block comes out of the sculpture. It's a block, but yet Michelangelo is able to see in the block this beautiful sculpture. That's a leader. The most interesting, I had a mentor who taught me this. The most interesting person in the world, or people in the world, are people who can tell you something about you didn't know. Wow. That's a leader. That they can see something and I see this. See, that's vision. And I'm going to break down the 3 core qualities of leadership. Great leaders have the ability to see what a person could be even when they're not there. Remember we talked about the difference between sight and vision? Mm-hmm. Sight, ability to see what is, capacity. Mm-hmm. Vision, capacity to see what could be. That's a leader. Mm-hmm. Now I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I want you to understand what I'm saying here. Because I'm going to get to the difference between a manager mm-hmm. and a leader, a director and a leader, a supervisor and a leader. You can boss people around, but you might not inspire them. Mm-hmm. When you inspire and empower people, they'll follow you. When you think about it, that's how leaders build a following. If you think about the people that you are the most, when I say in love with, I'm not talking about the erotic type love, but in love like loyalty, fidelity to. It's those people that built you up, not tore you down. Absolutely. Which is why I think leadership is taught wrong often, because we teach leadership, first of all, as being, it's about taking control of people and situations. No, it's not. Because if I can build you up, you'll want to follow me. You'll want to listen to what I have to say. Now, there is a difference between power and influence, or authority and influence. Authority typically derives from someone's title or position. Whereas influence, a person may not have a title or position, but yet they still have the ability to motivate people to do things. So leadership at the core of it, because we could spend a whole lot of time talking about a lot of different things, but I really want us to just lock in on this, no pun intended, lock in on it, that it's about unlocking the greatness in someone else. So how can I be a leader?
That's what I was getting. That was my next question.
Okay. As you asked, how can I be a leader? I can be a leader by focusing on how I can serve the world. And sometimes I don't like when we use the word servant leadership because it almost sounds philosophical and it sounds almost hippie-ish. But it's true when you think about it. The greatest leaders are the greatest servants, and I think that's what you were getting at to an extent. The greatest leaders are the greatest servants. Servants doesn't necessarily mean I go fetch your water. I mean, because that may not be the best lane for me to serve you. Serving you is that, first of all, understand that leadership is more about how I can help you than how I can help me. Because when it's all about title, it's about how I can help myself. But when it's about how can I bring more impact to the world? How can I bring more impact and influence the world? I can do it by unlocking what's in you. How can I be a leader? First and foremost, by seeing the unseen. Leaders have a gift to be able to see what other people can't see.
Vision.
That's vision. They can see what other people have just overlooked or have said it's no way it's going to happen. I had a principal that used to say, keeping the main thing, meaning first things first. If you will keep this first, you're going to find all the other things that you see of as leadership, you're going to have. You want to build loyalty? Do this. You want a big following? Do this. You want people to like you and you get moved up in a company? Remember we talked about yesterday, emotional intelligence. This is the aspect of it. When you want to know the best people that work in teams and the best people that motivate people, is that they see, first of all, I can't unlock the greatness in you if I don't think that there's greatness in you. If I think I'm better than you, it's going to exude. So that's why we got to be very careful with this competitive nature, because now it becomes, I'm really better than you. Rather than, no, I'm better than you in some ways, yes. I'm better than you in math, maybe, but it's something you can show me that I don't know. So I want you to stay around me because I'm going to help you see some things in you that you don't know, and vice versa. Because actually, you can lead me some places and I can lead you some places. Leadership is not so much this static way of you're the leader and I'm the follower, as much as we have functions.